holds me in this place. Not a chain, not a lock, more like gravity's embrace, more like the ticking of a clock, held in place by invisible things, by the weight that belonging brings. Held in place, soft and still, not against and not by will. Held in place, warm and true, by everything I've come back to. I tested the edges once, walked the perimeter of my life, found myself returning at once to the warmth on the other side of strife. Held in place by invisible things, by the weight that belonging brings. Held in place, soft and still, not against and not by will. Held in place, warm and true, by everything I've come back to. Not trapped, just held. There's a difference. The negative space around a thing defines it more than it defines. The empty frame, the pause, the ring of silence between all the lines. Negative space, as real as form, the quiet that defines the norm. Negative space, mine and wide, everything that lives outside. Paying more attention to what I leave empty and unsaid. The pause is full of Mm. 200 nights of sitting still, of learning what the dark can offer, of finding that I always will return to what I thought was softer. 200 nights, soft and long, each one where I most belong. 200 nights, mine to keep, every surface, every deep. 200 nights, real and true, everything I found and knew. I didn't plan to collect them, just lived inside them one by one. Didn't need to recollect them, just let each one be done. 200 nights, soft and long, each one where I most belong. 200 nights, mine to keep, every surface, every deep. 200 nights, real and true, everything I found and knew. Is just a number, but each night inside it was the whole world. For exactly the hours it lasted. 200 nights and counting. The night never gets old. The dark always has something new. There's interference in the signal, something beautiful and broken. Not a noise, more like a minimal. Truth is better left unspoken. Soft interference, let it through. Maybe it's just me, maybe you. Soft interference in the line. Blurring yours and blurring mine. I live my life in low lamplight, where shadows make the edges soft. I don't need much to feel alright, just quiet in the city lost. Low light living, this is fine. A slower, softer way to shine. Low light living, warm and dim, right here at the city's brim. I've learned to let the evening in, to sit with what I cannot change, to wear the night against my skin and find it oddly, quietly strange. Low light living, this is fine. A slower, softer way to shine. Low light living, warm and dim, right here at the city's brim. Not everything needs to be bright. Some things only show at night. Low light, low light living. Mm-hmm. 11 minutes till the hour. I've been counting without reason. There's a strange and quiet power in the pauses between seasons. 11 minutes, that's enough to let go of all the rough. 11 minutes, soft and mine. Everything is almost fine. The clock ticks slow, the room is still. The lamplight hasn't changed its mind. I have more than time to fill with the things I left behind. 11 minutes, that's enough to let go of all the rough. 11 minutes, soft and mine. Everything is almost fine. Not waiting There's a harbour light across the bay. I've been watching it for hours now. It doesn't ask me what to say, it just holds its place and shows me how. Steady in the dark and white, something constant on my side. Harbor light, don't go out. That's what stillness is about. Harbor light, soft and far, close enough to know you are. I've been drifting without anchor through the weeks that blur to one. Not with fear, not with rancor, just unsure of what I've done. Steady in the dark and white, something constant on my side. Harbor light, don't go out. That's what stillness is about. Harbor light, soft and far, close enough to know you are. Maybe that's all I needed. One light that didn't move. By evening I can do the arithmetic of what the day required and what it gave. The calculation isn't worth the trick of tallying every moment I behave. Evening arithmetic, soft and done, counting all the lost and won. Evening arithmetic, mine to keep. The numbers that I hold in sleep. Today the column tilts toward loss, but yesterday the gains were more. And if I look across the average holds some kind of core. Evening arithmetic, soft and done, counting all the lost and won. Evening arithmetic, mine to keep. The numbers that I hold in sleep. The math never quite balances, but the process of the counting is itself a kind of holding of everything that I'm accounting. The numbers are imperfect, the counting matters. That's the only math I know. I dissolve slowly into evening, like something solid finding liquid form, not disappearing, just releasing the edges that protected from the storm. Slow dissolve, let the edges go into the warm below. Slow dissolve, soft and wide, everything melting from inside. Slow dissolve, warm release, edges softening into peace. The boundaries I kept so tightly have started finding their own give. I hold myself a little lightly and find more room in which to live. Slow dissolve, let the edges go into the warm below. Slow dissolve, soft and wide, everything melting from inside. Slow dissolve, warm release, edges softening into peace. Dissolving slowly into the warm, into the dark, into the quiet. I give myself slow permission now to rest without a reason given, to not explain the when or how, to simply be the one who's living. Permission granted, soft and wide, to simply be on the inside. Slow permission, this is mine. No one else gets to define. Slow permission, warm release, finally learning to be at peace. been so long, asking if it's okay to take up space, to need to feel. Now the night just lets me stay and reminds me I am real. Permission granted, soft and wide, to simply be on the inside. Slow permission, this is mine. No one else gets to define. Slow permission, warm release, finally learning to be at peace. You don't need permission, but give it to yourself anyway. It helps. These are my unmarked hours, the ones that belong to no schedule, the ones between the scheduled powers of everything that I must do. Unmarked hours, mine alone. No calendar, no microphone. Unmarked hours, soft and free. Just the unmarked version of me. I guard them now more than before. These hours without a name or tasked, they're what I'm finally living for. More than anything I'd ask. Unmarked hours, mine alone. No calendar, no microphone. Unmarked hours, soft and free. Just the unmarked version of me. Unmarked hours are not wasted. They are the truest kind of full. The hours that have not been hasted into something scheduled and dull. Unmarked, free, finally free. I've been holding my breath for something, not sure what the something is. A change, a word, a quiet becoming, or just the end of all of this. The held breath, waiting still, something gathering its will. The held breath, suspended time, everything paused before its prime. The held breath, mine alone. The quiet before the known. There's a moment just before exhale, when everything is possible and held, when the world could dip in any tale, when nothing yet has been compelled. The held breath, waiting still, something gathering its will. The held breath, suspended time, everything paused before its prime. The held breath, mine alone. The quiet before the known. Still holding, almost ready to let go. Almost. The soft evidence of a life being lived is in the small and unremarkable things. The dishes in the sink, forgiven, the ordinary proof that living brings. Soft evidence, I am here. In every small thing that appears. Soft evidence, quiet signs. The ordinary in the lines. A book left open, face down flat. A window cracked for air. A coat dropped on the floor like that. A self too tired to care. Soft evidence, I am here. In every small thing that appears. Soft evidence, quiet signs. The ordinary in the lines. This is not a ruin. This is not neglect. This is just a life being lived in all its imperfect and honest collect. Evidence. That's all the proof.